Music kinda creepy. Not gonna lie. Spooky, scary skeleton. Hold on. Test. Some very scary music. Hey, that works. Okay, we get started. Let's see my sensitivity. Oh crap, I gotta read that. Dear Mr. Charles Reed, as you requested, I researched the outburst of hysteria and visions in the city of Oakmont, Massachusetts. Assume that's what that means. It turns out your assumptions were correct. Such cases are indeed more frequent here. Men and women from across the country are drawn to Oakmont, haunted by visions similar to yours. A city drowning, the presence of something great yet unknown. As luck has it, I believed we've stumbled upon the source of your ailment. Is that how you say that? Oh, yeah, I think that's how you say that. And the person who might help you with it. Prepare yourself. Then come to Oakmont as soon as you can. I will meet you there. I will meet you here to help you on your way. Accordingly, Johannes van der Berg. I will be doing side missions too, Mom. Alright. Sharon. Chip. Alright. Square. X. Alright. Take.
Hope I never have to use it. But something tells me I will.
Alright. Yeah, same one. No scrolling. Options. Casebook. Alright, same thing we already had. Oh. Well, okay, that's whack.
Never trust a tourist advertisement.
Ah. Oh, yeah, I'm just gonna keep it like that. Licks, alright.
Never trust a tourist
Already saw that.
advertisement.
Now get out!
Oh, screw you too, buddy.
Now get out!
At last, Mr. Charles Reed. What a pleasure to finally meet you in the flesh.
Nice to meet you.
Johannes van der Berg, at your service. I did promise to meet you the moment you arrived.
Ah, much obliged, Mr. Vanderberg. I guess I didn't expect you to mean so literally.
Please call me Johannes. But where are my manners? Welcome to the proud city of Oakmont. Alas, now is not its finest hour, though it is its most important.
You said you know someone who can help me with my problem. The visions have been getting worse.
Such vividness of dreams is not uncommon here in Oakmont. By chance, the man I spoke of, Robert Throgmorton, is already at the port. He has dedicated a lot of time and effort to investigate this issue. Alas, I fear he has a more pressing matter on his hands.
That's an eye-catching suit.
Thank you, Mr. Reed. A mere flood is no excuse for one to abandon one's style.
I take it you're a big fan of yellow.
Well, I have a particular weakness for it. Call it a personal quirk.
Reaching Oakmont was no easy task. Most maps I've found didn't mark it, and this rickety packet ship is the only one that sailed here. Why is that?
Oakmont is no ordinary place. Its unique geographical position and the flood, a recent natural disaster, make it nigh impossible to reach. But you made it, Mr. Reed. I'm sure the tides of fate would have brought you here one way or another.
How can I find Mr. Throgmorton?
Don't worry, you can't miss him. Throgmorton tends to stand out from the crowd.
I'll need a place to lay my head while I'm here. Any recommendations?
Fear not. I've already fettered a nest for you. There's a room in your name at the Devil's Reef Hotel. Here's the key.
Sounds charming.
Don't judge a book by its cover, Mr. Reed.
What's the best way to get around Oakmont? I'd like to drop my things at the hotel.
Most locals go by foot, or by boat. I've got the latter sorted for you. There's one waiting outside the port.
You're too kind, Johannes. Can you steer me towards the Devil's Reef?
Take this map. I've marked the hotel and a few other key places.
Other places? Like what?
You're a private eye, yes? Well, I've highlighted the police station, city archive, newspaper. Places you'll need to get to the truth. This city is insular, its ways mysterious. No one will take you by the hand, so you better know where to turn in search of a lead.
How do you fill your days, Mr. Vanderberg?
I host a philosophy club for the like-minded intelligentsia, gathering seeds of thought like moths drawn to a flame.
Does Oakmont really have much of a market for philosophy these days?
There is no consciousness without pain, Mr. Reed. No better moment for clarity than times of hardship.
Well, that's it for now, I think. Thanks for helping me get my bearings.
No. The pleasure was mine, Mr. Reed.
Oh, before you go, how can I get in touch with you later?
Don't worry about that. I'm the kind of man who finds you.
Oh. Ow. Ow. Okay, I thought the map was smaller. I was incorrect. That's annoying. Can I change that? Nope. Oh yeah, we're doing that. I got like 6 shots, alright. I think that's where I'm supposed to go, so let's go this way. Okay, let's no longer go this way.
I don't care about your petty excuses. No one leaves the port until my son is found, and that is fine.
Excuse me. Are you Robert Throgmorton?
I am, but not interested. Go away.
The name's Charles Reed. I'm a private investigator, just arrived from Boston. I was told you might be able to help me.
Private investigator, you say? Well, perhaps we can help each other.
If I may ask, what happened to your son?
Why do you care? What's your angle, outsider?
Well, like I said, I'm a PI. Finding people is kind of my specialty.
Is it? Well, Albert was part of a deep-sea expedition I commissioned. This useless fool over here says he found Albert washed ashore in a lifeboat. Says he was barely conscious, out of his mind, talking gibberish in some other language. That he even tried to bite him.
And you don't believe him?
Complete malarkey. I know my Albert. I raised him strong and smart, the best of his kind. It couldn't have been him. Albert's disappearance is the work of Innsmouthers. Mark my words.
I take it you're not the biggest fan of these Innsmouthers.
Those fish-faced freaks have overrun this city since the police burned Innsmouth to the ground. But now, those filthy migrants occupy half this damn city. The port, Grimhaven Bay, Salvation Harbor, the shells. They are everywhere.
So they're just refugees.
Hardly. They've taken work from the local fishermen. They stir and agitate against us, the Throgmorton family. We are the pillar of this community, not to mention that crime rates have skyrocketed. Simply speaking, they are a big stinking pile of trouble.
I've heard you're the man to speak to about visions, outbreaks of hysteria. trying to get to the bottom of it myself.
Another newcomer with another problem. Yes, I know what you speak of.
Can I ask you a few questions?
How dare you? My son Albert is missing, and no one in this Innsmouth-ridden city will do a damn thing. But yes, let's talk about your dreams.
Please forgive the question, but I've never met a man quite like you before.
That's because no man measures up to the Throgmorton lineage. Proud and powerful blood flows through our veins. My father united with a certain royal family, which has blessed all our offspring with these exquisite features.
Mr. Throgmorton, let me help you. I'm rather good at tracking down missing people. I'll find Albert.
What makes you think you can do it? Oakmont is not exactly friendly to new arrivals.
Let's just say I tend to see things that others miss. And anyway, what have you got to lose? Sounds like you could use every man you can get.
Vera. You have a point, newcomer.
Sorry, did you just say Vera? What does that mean?
You had better get used to the Oakmont dialect, outsider. That is, if you want to fit in. It is a fascinating blend. Vera means fine. I was saying, we have a deal.
I see. Thank you. I need to know more about what happened to Albert.
Dane, did you not listen at all? I already told you everything. After leaving on the expedition, Albert was found on the shore in a lifeboat. This fisherman supposedly brought him to the house, and then left to call me. But when I arrived here, my son was nowhere to be seen.
Anything else?
Clearly, something suspicious occurred inside the house. I suggest you stop dawdling and go see for yourself.
Wait, call what exquisite?
Where's the house where this all happened?
For Kay's sake, I thought you were a private eye. We're standing right in front of it.
You mentioned a lifeboat. Is it still around?
Yes.
Nah,
Towards the
yeah,
house,
I
then
wouldn't
to
either.
The left is a beach that borders a fence. You'll find it there.
You start
As
with
much as
a
I-
leaf.
Find my son,
Ah.
newcomer, and be quick about it.
I skipped the dialogue.
Can't catch a mackerel since those Innsmouthers took over the fishing business.
Where's your Oberon, huh, Titania?
Hope someone finds us. My name is Albert Throgmorton, and this is my will. I want to warn you, don't go to the depths below Oakmont. There are that's unreadable. We should have never done that. Everything should have remained in that cave. Professor ... I fear what will become of me. It's singing in my brain, dancing on my eyelids every time I close my eyes. The cycle goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on. In the end it comes. I must warn everybody. I must tell my father. He's here.
Something with this helmet gives me chills. What's wrong with it?
It was laced. I'm tripping. Just, what did it just say? Did it say all evidence collected? You see this? Yo, watch this. pro level strats right here.
Something with this helmet gives me
Or not.
chills.
H.
Let's see what you find, newcomer.
Bro, look at him. He's been awake for a couple of nights. Man.
Hello? Hey, can you hear me?
Oh, man. What? Who are you? Are you police? I've already told them everything.
It's okay. I'm Charles Reed, Private Eye. Mr. Throgmorton hired me to find his son.
Oh, okay. What do you want?
Tell me about yourself.
Name's Will Hammond. I'm a fisherman. We all are. Live here together. Me, poor fella Paul, Barry, and Innsmouther Lewis Flynn. We moved here after the flood. I worked on the railroad, but the rail ain't kicking anymore, so I started fishing. It was that or starve.
I want to know what happened here. Every detail.
I don't remember much. Me, Paul, and Lewis. We were here. This is our house. Barry was outside, on his business. Then he came back carrying Throgmorton's son. He was unconscious, barely breathing. Barry left again to call Mr. Robert.
Then what?
We put the guy in Lewis's room. And he started to make these horrible sounds, and okay, my head began to burst, and he woke up. And after that, I don't remember a thing, just dreams. Drowned streets, a sleeping giant, a voice that called me.
That sounds familiar. Who is this K you keep mentioning?
Outsiders, show some respect. K is our lord, our light, our love.
Sorry, I didn't know. Where are all the other guys?
That's Paul there on the floor. K be with him. Barry's outside with Mr. Throgmorton. Lucky rascal missed everything. And I have no idea what Lewis or Throgmorton's son got to. Starting to suspect the worst.
Do you know how Paul died?
I don't know. When I pulled myself together, he was already gone. Hey, have mercy on his soul.
I'll leave you to it. Take care of yourself, Will.
Please, detective, sir, tell me the truth. Could it be me? Did I kill Paul? Or, okay, did I kill him?
I don't know yet, Will. And the police will stop anyone coming in or out of here, so I suggest you just try and get some rest.
I'm afraid of what I might dream.
Mind Palace clue.
I can barely recognize the face of the poor fella. He was beaten to a pulp.
With a barrel. What the?
There was a fierce fight here, but someone tried to flee.
Ooh. Okay, so. Yeah. That was the.
Grena, Nehri, Grena, Gebheil, Nugulina, Haft.
Okie dokie.
What's happening?
Take this, ape face. Yeah, run!
Okay, let's see what we have here.
That's fairly obvious. 1, 2, 3.
Take this. Yeah, run!
When Albert Throgmorton woke up, he was not himself. He attacked the fishermen, and his hysteria spread to them. When he got wounded, he fled.
Albert Throgmorton was dangerous and posed a threat to the Lewismen and his fellow fishermen. No. Albert spread hysteria around him. Albert Throgmorton spread some sort of psychic influence, which made everyone nearby suffer hysteria. Anti-Throgmorton sentiment as an Innsmouther Lewis and his people suffered at the hands of the Throgmortons that could be a reason to hate them. I can track down Albert. Albert and the fisherman named Lewis fled the scene after the fight in the house. I can track them using my supernatural sense. Alright. Where are you pointing? Alright. So we running? Calm down.
So the fishermen pursued Albert, even let off a few shots. Even though Albert was wounded, he managed to climb that high. Robert wasn't exaggerating when he said he raised him strong.
Dang. Let me just steal from this place. You know, because that's what you gotta do.
There's something in the pocket.
Bloodstained note. Lewis, please just give me one more week. I know I owe you, but I'm underwater like everyone else right now. I don't yet have enough stock to operate the bar smoothly with the fuzz snooping about the port. But don't worry, I've struck a nice deal with proper people and should have a steady supply channel soon. Just one more week and I'll return everything with double interest. Peter. My boy Peter in debt.
Whomever it belongs to could not have got far.
Knock knock. Padlocks.
Door won't budge.
No, that's a dead person.
One fatal round through the forehead. That's no accident. This was deliberate.
Can I whack you? Go down. Yeah. Knock knock. Is there anything else in here? What is that? Puppy always meowing. Oh, I gotta go to Mine Palace. Lewis may have wanted Albert dead. Lewis may have wanted to kill Albert outright because he was a Throgmorton rather than just drive him off. Lewis may be at the bar. Lewis the Innsmouther that killed Albert Throgmorton may be hiding in the bar in Oakmont Port. Alright. Oh. Wait, why? Why? Oh, wait, it's gonna be, I thought those were stairs. I was like, why is that just... Yeah, that makes sense. Nah. Alright. Let's go talk to Monkey Boy.
Mr. Throgmorton, I'm afraid I have bad news.
No.
Yeah, I found your son in the basement of a nearby warehouse. I'm sorry, but he was murdered. Shot in the head and the body hidden.
No. It cannot be true. No, no, no. I don't believe it. No.
My condolences, Mr. Throgmorton. I had hoped for for a happier outcome.
Your condolences will not bring him back. So much of our blood spilled for nothing. So much effort in vain. My poor Albert. Tell me you know who did it. I want to look him in the eyes, make him beg for mercy.
Seems like he was a fisherman by the name of Lewis. He had a gun and pursued Albert after he fled the house.
Lewis it is, then. What do you know of him?
Turns out you were right. He's an Innsmouther.
Nah. Those filthy scum have done it now. When I'm through with them, they will rue the day they dared lay a finger on a Throgmorton. Bring me that dirtbag Lewis. He and I are due a reckoning. Do this for me, and I'll help you with anything you need.
Let's go. Now where am I going? No, I didn't get all the evidence from here. Nice loading screen.
Huh. This dog mat looks better than the owner's bed.
Yes.
The book is damp and damaged, but clearly well cared for.
I didn't get something, and I want to get... What am I missing?
Choo choo. Seems like Prohibition hasn't affected Oakmont too much. Never seen knives like this before. Masterful work.
Got all of it? Wow, how? Actually, how?
Seems like Prohibition hasn't affected Oakmont too much. So, that's what an Innsmouther looks like.
Bro.
I'm surprised they don't have someone's portrait here.
Yeah, Roberts.
I can barely recognize the face of the poor fella. He was beaten to a pulp.
My head! I still hear those voices.
Tough.
Let's see what you find, newcomer.
I'm going to.
Let's see what you find, newcomer.
Alright. Bro. The giant octopus. Oh, kill bar. Did it say somewhere in that note where the... It's hiding in a bar in Oakmont Port. Wait, that's that right there. There's a bar around here. Yeah.
Ugh, I'll miss the carpenter's food giveaway with this darn port closure.
Stay alert. Monsters lurk underground. They're everywhere.
Bam.
Hey, knock it off.
My bad.
Welcome to Under the Keel. What do you want?
I've seen some unsettling creatures around, like nothing I've ever encountered. What are they?
So you met a wild beast, newcomer. No one knows what they are, but consider yourself lucky to still be in one piece. They arrived in the flood. Some say they came from the sea. Others they are Kay's punishment for us.
And what do you say?
If it bleeds, you can kill it. Keep your gun handy. And if you want to erase the memory, I sell a perfect cure right here. Remember, better to be a coward and live than brave and dead. Unless you're a newcomer.
Aw, screw you.
I'm looking for a man by the name of Lewis Flynn. Any chance he's here?
Yeah. Even if I knew, I don't rat to newcomers.
As it happens, I know you owe a debt to Mr. Flynn. Trouble is, I found your note near the dead body of Albert Throgmorton, son of Robert. So, it seems Lewis is in trouble. Might have even come here to hide. But you hand him over, and he won't be back to collect what you owe. Get me?
Rock. That would explain the blood. Fine. If it gets me out of this mess,
You're a mess. Not this mess,
He's
it's your
upstairs.
mess.
Here's the key. You gotta promise to deal with him once and for all. But save the shooting for outside, huh?
Smart man. There's your good deed for the day. Bye.
Bye.
What the? Get the... Oh.
He just gave up. I mean, like, he just said no. He having a bad day.
Hey, who are you? What are you doing?
Charles Reed, private investigator. Mr. Throgmorton hired me to find his son Albert, so I think you know why I'm here.
Throg. That darn bartender. It was all that crazy ape's fault. You hear me?
Calm down. I only want to speak, for now. But no, if you reach for your gun, you'll hit the floor faster than you can say poetic justice.
I got nothing to hide.
Start at the beginning. What happened?
We were in our house, me, Paul, and Will. Mary'd gone to the sea. So I told him that it would only bring bad luck. If he'd listened to me, we'd all still be alive.
Come on, Lewis. Focus.
Right. Well, Mary dragged that damn ape to our house. He was bragging about how much Mr. Throgmorton would give us for saving his son. But that ape, he was out cold. Then woke in an instant and started screaming, attacking us. After that, can't remember a thing.
You shot to kill. No warning, no second chances. You pursued Albert even after he fled. Why?
I can't remember it. When he woke, it was like a bloody mist descended over me. First thing I recall after is that darn warehouse with me covered in blood. I had no idea what happened, though I suspected it had something to do with that ape. Turns out, I was right.
I'm gonna be mean. No, I won't.
I hear there's a bit of a feud between the Innsmouthers and the Throgmortons. Care to fill me in?
Those apes hated us from the moment we arrived in Oakmont. Our home was destroyed. We just needed a place to stay. The Blackwood Grand family sheltered us, but others were not as hospitable. We needed jobs, food, and medicine. The city denied it all.
And so?
We had to fight for every crumb of bread. And those Throgmortons in their high castle only made our life harder. Always conspiring behind our backs. Always setting people against us. I'd love to see them suffer like we suffered.
You mentioned a grand family. What do you mean?
So you're a newcomer, huh? Explains a lot.
Yeah, a newcomer with a gun. Answer the question.
Okay. People here are crazy about bloodlines and tradition and reputation. The head honchos of Oakmont called the Grand Families. There's the Carpenters, who control most of the city's underworld. The Blackwoods, who share kin with Innsmouthers through the Marsh family.
And let me guess, the Throgmortons.
Right. Those filthy apes. Now that most of the Blackwoods are gone, there's nobody left to protect us Innsmouthers.
What kind of... why do you... your face, it's,
Oh, so you're here to attack me just because I look different to you? Want to spit on me, whisper to your friends? What's new?
No, I'm sorry. I didn't know how to ask. I've just never met someone like you before. I didn't mean any offense.
That question just screams offense. So, like...
Blessed by the sea. You're gonna see a lot of us here, so you better get over it. We are proud of who we are.
The things you did to Albert don't look like a bloody rage. A fatal shot to the head, a hidden body. One might start to wonder if it was deliberate.
I don't know what to say. I wasn't myself.
I think I've got all I need.
Please, Mr. Reed, don't tell Throgmorton about me. I know I'm in no position to ask. I didn't want to do whatever it is I did. Honest, have mercy, please. I have a family. Without me, they'll starve.
This is not exactly cut and dry. I need some time to think.
Perhaps I can offer something to grease your grinds. I still have a few bullets on me.
I don't know what to do. Basically. Yeah, pretty much. That's exactly what that question was. I can do a couple of things here. I can accept it and still sell him out, or I can just deny it and let him live. Do what? It's like I could let him live. Now, it's like I could take the money with the yes, we have a deal, and then I can sell him out anyway.
It turns out I arrived here unprepared for business. You give me a little something to get started, and my lips are sealed.
I knew you'd understand. Here you are, Mr. Reed.
Yeah. Mind Palace. Lewis was aware of his actions. Okay. Lewis killed Ivor Thogman while under some sort of mental influence. He couldn't control his actions and thus can't be blamed for Albert's death. I could try and cover for him, or Robert would have his head. Quick draw. Speedrun strats. Ah, there's a run. Game pros, okay.
I tracked the murderer down, but he was attacked by those things prowling the back alleys. And they tore him apart. It was that Innsmouther fisherman, Lewis. He was covered in your son's blood. That may have attracted the beasts.
Are you certain the body is his?
Beyond any doubt. All that's left of him is a heap of flesh and this scrap of cloth. It's from his jacket. He must ask his friends.
Alas, this was my revenge to exact, not some wild beast's. Something must be done about those pests. Still, justice has been served. This isn't closure, but at least I know now the story. Thank you.
Mr. Throgmorton, I hate to press you, but do you think you could help me now?
Yes, you've earned it. Okay, to think a newcomer barely off the boat solves a crime the police couldn't, but I digress. Remind me, what brought you to Oakmont?
I think I'm going mad, Mr. Throgmorton. I see things, visions, and I needed to stop. I was drawn here, or guided, or I don't know. But I believe the source of this madness is here, in Oakmont.
You're not wrong, Mr. Reed. An inexplicable hysteria spread through Oakmont after the flood. I funded an expedition to explore recent geological activity that may be responsible.
A geological expedition? I'm not sure I follow.
I have reason to believe the flood and this madness have the same source. As above, so below. So I sent men to find out.
Do these cases of hysteria involve shared visions as well?
Since the flood, many Oakmonters have had similar nightmares. Indeed, Professor Doe, the expedition leader, complained of them herself.
Waterlogged ruins with unnatural architecture. A sleeping giant, drowned streets, and a voice calling from the depths.
Her words exactly. She proposed the expedition, desperately wanting to find the cause.
You mentioned the flood. You think it's more than just a natural disaster?
You weren't here, Mr. Reed. What happened defied scientific explanation.
Has your expedition found anything?
I do not know. Albert was part of it. His passing cannot be coincidence. Why was he alone at the port? And where are the others?
You think your son was killed because the expedition uncovered something?
Is it so hard to believe? I had no news for a week, then Albert, the only one I could trust, comes ashore and is killed.
It does sound suspicious.
Mr. Reed, I want you to find out what's going on. I expect you're as interested in the expedition's results as I am.
If I'm going to look into this, I'll need to know more. Where should I start?
I'll give you the address of the expedition's headquarters and a key.
That's all you can tell me?
Let me be clear, Reed. You do not speak to me like that again.
I'm sorry, Mr. Throckmorton. I just meant the more I know, the better.
I am a busy man. I funded the research, but left all preparations to Professor Doe and Albert. When you've finished, come see me at the Throgmorton family manor. It's in Old Grove. Here, I'll show you.
What about my expenses?
They will be reimbursed after you complete your task. And of course, you've earned some compensation for your work here at the port. I'll also include a fair advance in bullets.
Bullets?
The dollar lost its use here, Mr. Reed. After the flood, Oakmont returned to bartering. Bullets mean more than bills.
No, when did I get this? Did I just get this? Oh, that's awesome. It's in Northern, Riverside, Asher Road. I already forgot where it was. Northern Riverside. Right there. And then Hubert Ave. Where? That's right there. No. That sounds like the dirt in Minecraft. Okay. Bro, man has a nice run. You see this? This is how you sprint. That's what the police academy taught you. Cutscene. Bro, that hurt. Lost at sea. Robert Throgmorton funded an expedition to discover the origins of mass hysteria gripping Oakmont. The expedition was to explore the seabed near Oakmont. Contact with the expedition was soon lost. Albert Throgmorton was the only known survivor. He was subsequently murdered. I was hired to find any other expedition members that are alive. Robert will be waiting for my report in his manor, Southern Old Grove.
Crew of the Cyclops. Semper Fortis, brother.
My diary, part 1. I don't know what exactly sank the USS Cyclops. I only remember the screams and metal clanking, water filling the deck, and my headache. The worst I've ever had. I found myself among the floating seaweed, drowning A nearby piece of a boat helped me survive and reach the shore of a small island. They found me on it, later starving, half mad, and babbling about the ancient ruins. Their denisers, the officials, said none of what I thought I had seen was real. But the memories are true. My strange powers gained after the ordeal proved it. I found something horrible on that island, something old and dark and slithering, and it still haunts me. Scroll at all. Alright. Yeah, but seriously, if the wind can pick up that can right there, which wasn't open, that hurt when it hit you. Plead for help. Dear Mr. Reed, I understand you are the private eye that caught the murderer in the port. My life is in danger. I cannot trust anyone in this city. Please come to my room, which is just opposite of yours. I am in despair. My studies have drawn the attention of vile forces. They stalk me, and will take me soon. I have cast my lot and am beyond saving. But the seven books must be saved at any cost. Even if I'm gone, find my notes there. This knowledge must not be lost, as it could be our kind's last hope for enlightenment. Please be the bearer of this light, for I have failed. Oh, crap. Oh, crap. That's just casual Sunday. Gangsta. Windcoat. Oh yeah, this just looks great. Mr. Reed, you are the rare example of a man who's treated one of my kind humanely, and I feel I have to repay the debt to you. Take this as a friendly piece of advice. Run, save your life, and leave the Stretch City to the depths. Don't think into its secrets, for they are not worth it. There's nothing good left here. I believe you can find a way to escape. Please heed my words. Lewis Flynn. Crumpled letter. Mr. Reed, it seems you overexerted yourself while conducting the investigation for Mr. Throgmorton. Forgive me for the audacity, but I brought you to the Devil's Reef while you were unconscious. Please take more care of yourself in the future. I won't be there for you every time. Johannes.
The door won't budge.
So you drag these things in your room, mind the floors. I'll make you pay for any scratches you leave. Your landlord. Bro. Okay. Okay, we're gonna do it for a side quest because I'm lazy. I guess I'm not lazy, but actually, what does this side quest give me? to him in the rules. Local women were talking about a ruined house in the central countryside near the radio tower on the crossing of Landing Avenue and Kingsport Street. They said the ghost of the house owner and his family still read the unholy book they kept. Several newcomers who tried to settle in those ruins have gone mad. Local legend. Oh my god, bro. So much reading. The local legends may be more than mere superstition. A dozen witches were hanged on a huge apple tree that still grows near Cedar Mill. Among these documents is a confession. One of the witches said the devil himself granted them the book with words of power. This book hides itself from the mortal eyes, waiting for the witches to be reborn and return to claim it. The witch who wrote this confession lived in eastern Reed Heights, somewhere north the intersection of Communion Road and Museum Avenue. Could the book still be hidden there? Oh my god, bro. The fishermen talk of a place near the Blackwood Manor of the southern part of the Whispering Street where the meetings occur in the dead of night. The locals don't like this part of eastern Grimhaven Bay because they seem to fear those who gather near. Because they seem to. What? They seem to fear those who gather near the half-built ships. They say a certain book is read at these meetings, a cursed tome that makes people so crave the sea's touch that they go mad and drown in the ocean. The one reading the book stands on a cursed boat that sinks to the bottom of the fog. Those who saw it touch the shore have either gone mad or disappeared. The nightmares. I boarded up the windows and locked the door. They are just men, the Yellow Kings gang. They can't get here now. Now there's only me and these nightmares. A little longer and I'll figure them out. It took a lot of effort to track the hidden book. It took a lot of effort to track them down. This book, after being stolen from the Throgmorton museum, it was brought by a local surgeon who was found dead in his house after the flood. I snuck in and checked out his place, but in vain. Still, there is somewhere else the tome may be. The private hospital in Western Reed Heights, where the surgeon worked has been abandoned. The archives say on it on Bourbon Road, between Innsmouther Road and Oak Street. Okay. Alright, talking with the locals is never easy, but this one old chap was the queerest. Yet, he was happy to talk about the book, but only laughed when I proposed to buy it. Quote, I left I left it in the most guarded place of the city, and paid enough to keep it there until the world's end. And if it is abandoned after the flood, even better. Ignorance is the best guardian. I'm guessing he meant the abandoned bank building in Northern Advent on the Forefather Street between Helog Street and Windhalf Avenue. Last, it would be too dangerous to go there by myself. Oh God. Waiting book. Hold on, I need to drink something. I'm dying. It's a lot of freaking reading. Why did my chat just air? Building the church was his redemption. Day after day he worked without payment, carrying stones and putting them in the moist soil of Salvation Harbor. At night, when he returned to his house behind the church, he could not sleep. The book his ancestors brought across the ocean. When the church was built, the priest found him hanged on the bell ropes, but the book is still waiting for someone to come and read it. His house is Central Salvation Harbor on Old Church Road between 7 Oaks Street and Windhelm Street. He still has a bad fame, and no one wants to live there, even after the flood. Oh man. Quick look around. Oh man. A wheel tome. I had a bad dream so real it still makes my hand shake. A huge Ferris wheel rose amidst the city. People got on and rode it higher and higher before jumping off at the peak. As the pile of corpses grew bigger and the crowd pushed me to the wheel, and then I saw a man with a leather bag. He was standing in the center of the wheel and reading from a book. His awful dirge was making the wheel rotate and dragging the crowd to their slaughters. Could this vision be real? I know there is a Ferris wheel at the park in Western Old Grove near the Century Ave and Beacon Street. But where could the book be?
Makes this place feel more like home. I miss Boston already.
Oh. For crafting. Ah. Yes. Now I have bullets for days.
Finally, you're awake. Gotta tell you though, mister. You wanna stay on here? You stop making all that noise.
Noise? What noise are you talking about?
I expect my guests to be respectable. Moans, chanting, all that kind of thing. It stops, all right?
Got any proof it was me? It could have been one of my neighbors. I slept like a rock. I didn't hear a thing.
That's exactly what a newcomer would say. Your neighbors are respectable people and would never do such a thing. Don't think your yellow-clad patron means you get away with everything.
You're not exactly friendly with your guests. Are we the ones keeping you in business?
All these newcomers after the flood, they're stark raving mad.
What do you mean?
You can't imagine the crazy notes and books I find after they move out. Only thing they're good for is lighting the kitchen stove.
Can I have a look?
I knew it. I tell you, no one sane would be interested. And you want to take a look? Well, fine, fine. Take what you wish.
I don't get paid enough. Oh, knowledge point. Did I just use my knowledge point? Dang it. Yes, I'm going to my left and up. Go. Ah. No, I'm right here.
Guess I don't need the key.
W. Danger of diving. Divers with the bends can suffer from numerous symptoms, including pain, impaired movement, nausea, vomiting, and disorientation. Acute symptoms can occur within 10 minutes of surfacing and including paralysis, numbness, blindness, deafness, dizziness, seizures, confusion, or words coming out all weird. The paralysis and numbness can involve several different parts of the body at the same time.
Are a few damp papers all that's left of the expedition?
No.
Are a few damp papers all that's left of the expedition?
Illuminati. Hey yo. Oh. Shoot them. Why is it doing that? Why is it doing that? Why? These two buttons have like nothing to do with each other. What am I doing? Nothing's down here. Oh.
Guess this helmet's beyond repair.
Oh. L. Sullivan and B. Morgan, the local fishermen, report numerous large bubbles and a unbearable stench rising from the bottom of the sea. Bought a sample of weird substance floating in the ocean from J. Harway. He claims he found it among numerous dead and shrinkly deformed fish. The fish were taken for analysis. Some locals mention a rock that rose from the seabed, making the fog shine in different colors. The witnesses felt sick and dizzy for more than 2 to 3 days after the incident. L.P. Stern got several burns after chiseling off a part of the rock in his basement. Samples were taken for analysis. Oh, there's the rock.
These samples glitter in a weird way. I wonder where they came from.
Nothing? Really? Probably shouldn't have wasted a bullet, but... Oh, I got one back. We're chilling.
Can't say I ever saw another show like it.
Oh man. According to our data, the place with paranormal activity have shown previous unidentified influences on the human mind. We have prepared a list of solutions including meditative practices and a supply of sedatives to prevent cases of madness among the expedition members. Highly recommend discarding all of those charms, amulets, and religious symbols which are of no use, and applying these scientifically valid methods of protection instead. By my boy H. Doug. I really want to break it. Still missing some key evidence here. Are you just showing me the birds again? Nope, they go further this time. Partially burned cargo manifest. The following must be delivered to Greenhaven Bay. No later than Friday. MKV diving suits, 6 air tanks, some pumps for canned foods, 18 crates, personal belongings, 6 crates with something. Research equipment, 7 crates do not break. No. Air pipes, 24 phones. Fish, wires. Negative. Oh no, just one. Power trader, just one. Possible for delivery. Responsible for delivery. Why are you doing? That's just annoying. Oh.
We don't have time to picket. Stand back.
Grab the papers. Smash the rest.
I fatah. Me fe I regach. I dagon.
Burn it all. Make sure you get the adverts.
Time to figure this out.
Okay, so I just did it from beginning to end again, so fairly simple. He kicks in the door.
We don't have time to picket.
He kicks over the desk.
Grab the papers. Smash the rest.
They walk downstairs with some boxes. Then they burn it.
Burn it all. Make sure you get the adverts.
Several men broke into the expedition headquarters. What they didn't smash, they burned. The archives, even the newspapers.
Burn newspapers. The expedition archive is lost. By some clues to follow up on. They left the city on a freighter from Greenhaven Bay. They might be recent postings or ads about the freighters in the Oakmont Chronicle.
Guess I don't need the key.
Please, help me! Please! Don't do that again. Don't do that again.
Make me. Alright, and that's where I'm gonna leave this stream. Tune back in tomorrow for another one. Part 2. I am. Goodbye.